A lot of men secretly believe modern dating is broken unless you're extremely attractive, constantly partying, or living on dating apps. And honestly, that belief is destroying their confidence before they even begin. Because the truth is, most emotionally healthy, relationship-minded women are not spending every weekend in loud clubs surrounded by chaos. Many are living normal lives, working, traveling, going to coffee shops, fitness classes, bookstores, grocery stores, friend groups, online communities. But here's the problem. Most men move through life socially invisible, headphones in, eyes down, emotionally closed off. Then they wonder why meeting women feels impossible. So how do you actually meet women in 2026 if bars, clubs, and nightlife are not your world? Because the answer has far more to do with psychology than pickup lines. A lot has changed about dating. People are more digitally connected than ever, yet emotionally lonelier than ever. Which means modern attraction is no longer just about proximity. It's about emotional presence. In psychology, familiarity, repeated exposure, emotional safety, and social confidence all play huge roles in attraction formation. And once you understand those dynamics, meeting women becomes far less random than most men think. In this video, we're going to break down how emotionally intelligent men naturally create opportunities to meet women without forcing themselves into lifestyles they secretly hate. No fake alpha male performance, no creepy cold approach energy, just realistic, psychologically grounded ways to become more socially magnetic in everyday life. And by the end, you'll realize something powerful. The problem is usually not lack of opportunity, it's lack of social openness. A man spends every evening isolated, work, home, phone, sleep. Then eventually he decides, I need to meet women. So suddenly, every interaction becomes loaded with pressure. Every attractive woman feels emotionally high stakes, and women feel that pressure instantly. This is one of the biggest mistakes lonely men make. They pursue women before building a socially fulfilling life first. But psychologically, attraction grows much easier around men who already seem socially connected, emotionally engaged, and fulfilled. Why? Because social energy is attractive. Human beings naturally trust people who appear integrated into life instead of emotionally dependent on one interaction for validation. So instead of obsessing over where to find women, ask, what environments naturally make me more socially alive? Fitness classes, creative workshops, professional networking events, volunteer groups, travel communities, language exchanges, group hobbies. The goal is not hunting for dates. The goal is becoming socially visible and emotionally engaged with life, because when your life expands, your opportunities expand automatically. And ironically, women often appear when you stop structuring your entire existence around chasing them. That shift changes your energy completely, which leads directly into the next point. A man notices an attractive woman at a bookstore. He immediately thinks, I need the perfect opening line. Now he's nervous already. Why? Because he turned a tiny interaction into emotional performance. But socially skilled men understand something simpler. Connection usually starts small. Modern social anxiety has made basic human interaction feel abnormal, which means men who can comfortably create light, relaxed conversations immediately stand out. And no, this doesn't mean aggressively approaching every woman you see. It means becoming socially open in everyday life. Comment on the environment, ask simple observational questions, react naturally to shared moments. For example, you can always tell how serious someone is by how aggressively they browse coffee beans. Or, I feel like everyone in bookstores is secretly trying to look more intellectual than they are. Light, human, easy. The psychology here matters. People feel safer when conversations emerge organically rather than feeling forced or scripted. And here's the deeper truth. The men who meet women most naturally are usually not trying to pick women up constantly. They're simply socially warm. That energy changes everything, because warmth lowers emotional defensiveness immediately. But there's another place many men completely underestimate. A man complains, there are no good women left. Meanwhile, he barely attends birthdays, social gatherings, dinners, weddings, or group activities anymore. Here's what psychology consistently shows: human beings trust introductions and social familiarity far more than random strangers. This is called social proof and familiarity bias. Women often feel safer and more open around men connected through mutual environments because uncertainty feels lower. That means your existing social network matters enormously. Friends of friends, coworker circles, community groups, fitness communities, professional events, and notice something important. You do not need hundreds of friends. You need consistent social exposure. Many emotionally healthy relationships start through repeated casual interaction over time, not dramatic movie-style approaches. So instead of isolating yourself and relying entirely on dating apps, become more socially available in real life. Say yes to invitations more often, host things occasionally, reconnect with people, because every healthy social ecosystem naturally creates opportunities for connection. And here's the surprising part. Women often evaluate men socially before romantically, meaning, how does this man exist around other people? That observation shapes attraction deeply, which brings us to a major mistake modern men make constantly. A lot of men think dating success comes from learning how to approach, but often the real skill is learning how to stop appearing emotionally closed off. Think about it. How many people move through public spaces looking completely unavailable? Headphones, phone screen, no eye contact, no openness. Then they wonder why connection never happens naturally. Sometimes attraction begins with something much simpler: approachability. And that leads to one of the most important principles in modern dating. A man spends years memorizing dating advice online, but his actual life feels empty: no passion, no excitement, no emotional direction. Now compare him to a man who genuinely enjoys his life. He trains regularly, has interests, pursues goals, maintains friendships, explores experiences. Which man naturally becomes more magnetic socially? Attraction is heavily influenced by emotional association. Women are often drawn toward men whose lives feel emotionally expansive rather than emotionally stagnant. And this is where many men misunderstand confidence completely. Confidence is not loudness, it's emotional engagement with life. When a man genuinely enjoys his routines, ambitions, hobbies, and experiences, conversations become richer automatically because now he has energy, stories, perspective, emotional substance. This also reduces desperation, and desperation quietly kills attraction because it creates emotional pressure. But fulfilled men create lighter emotional experiences around them. Women feel that difference immediately. So if your dating life feels empty, don't only ask, how do I meet women? Ask, would my current life naturally attract emotionally healthy people? That question changes the entire game. And finally, there's one last truth that matters most in 2026. Modern dating has made many people cautious. Women especially deal with overwhelming attention, emotional inconsistency, ghosting, manipulation, and performative behavior constantly. So emotionally safe men stand out dramatically now. Not nice guys, grounded men. Men who communicate clearly, respect boundaries, stay emotionally calm, listen well, don't pressure interactions unnaturally. This matters because attraction deepens fastest where emotional safety exists. And in today's dating culture, emotional safety is rare. A woman often decides whether she feels comfortable around a man long before she decides whether she's physically attracted enough to date him seriously. That means your emotional energy matters more than rehearsed lines. Do you seem reactive or grounded, present or needy, socially aware or emotionally intrusive? Because women are constantly scanning for emotional congruence, and mature women especially value emotional stability over flashy performance. Ironically, the men who struggle most meeting women are often too focused on getting women, while the men who succeed most focus on becoming socially grounded, emotionally open human beings first. That difference changes everything. Here's the deeper truth most lonely men need to hear. You do not need to become someone else to meet women. You do not need nightclub charisma, fake dominance, endless pickup techniques, but you do need openness. Because connection cannot enter a life that remains emotionally closed. And honestly, many men are not struggling because women are impossible to meet. They're struggling because isolation slowly became their comfort zone. Work, screens, routine, silence. Then one day they wake up emotionally disconnected from life itself. But human connection grows through participation, through showing up, being visible, being socially warm, allowing small moments to happen naturally. That's where relationships often begin, not through forcing attraction, but through becoming emotionally available to life again. And ironically, that openness often makes a man more attractive than any game ever could. If this resonated with you, stop thinking of meeting women as a separate mission from building a meaningful life. The two are deeply connected because the strongest attraction usually grows around men who already seem connected to themselves, their environment, and other people. And I want to ask you something in the comments. Where do you think people naturally meet the most compatible partners today outside of dating apps and nightlife? I think the answers will help a lot of people watching this. And in the next video, we're going to explore another powerful topic: why emotionally unavailable people often feel more exciting at first, and how to tell the difference between chemistry and emotional instability. Until then, remember this: the goal is not to chase connection everywhere you go. It's to become someone connection naturally finds easier to reach.